Hey, what is up, y'all? Today we're back with another video, and today we have NFL predictions week 7. Unfortunately, this week probably won't have the best of games, but it's okay. I was 11-4 last week, which is pretty good considering how the season has gone. In the first game of the week, Steelers-Bengals. My Bengals, they showed some signs of life against Green Bay in that second half. So I'm picking the upset of the week. Cincinnati is going to beat Pittsburgh. It's in Cincy. And the Steelers are going to be exposed as frauds with the score of 24-20. Next, for the London game, this is going to be I'm pretty sure, it's London, which is going to be way better than the one last week, which was terrible. People of London got scammed last week. It's the Rams and Jags. Puka Nacua is out for the Rams, and Jacksonville just lost a pretty good Seattle team. I think the Rams are going to win, though, simply because the Rams just have played more consistent than Jacksonville. But I think Jacksonville is actually a pretty good team. So it's going to be a good game with the score of finishing with 27-24. Now for the start of the bad games. Next, we have the Saints and Bears. Now, the Bears did beat the Commanders, which I thought was pretty surprising. Bears look pretty good. They started off bad, but they've bounced back after a rough start. And the Saints are staying in every single game. So I think this game's going to be a lot closer than it should be, but the Bears are going to win the game 24-19. Next, Dolphins and Browns. This game's going to suck simply because both of these teams are terrible. I do think Cleveland's going to win, though, simply because Cleveland's defense is a lot better than Miami's offense, and Miami's defense is very evenly matched, but I think Cleveland's going to win with a score of 20-17. Next, the Patriots and the Titans. Patriots have played pretty good this year. With Vrabel, Drake Mays looked incredible. And Tennessee just fired Callahan, which is a great decision. He didn't even know the rules. But I don't think it changes this game for me, simply because New England's way better. I expect a blowout, New England winning 30-10. I don't think they'll score 40 or anything because the Titans' defense is actually not terrible. Next is the Raiders and Chiefs. The Raiders picked up a much-needed win against the Titans last week, but I don't think they're a very good team. And Kansas City shocked me beating the Lions, who I think is a really good team. I know the Chiefs are good. I just didn't expect them to win last week. And they're proving that they're not going away, unfortunately. I think they should pummel the Raiders. The Raiders have turnover issues, and the Chiefs will just have to prepare for Ashton Genty because he's the only person that can pose a threat for them on the offense. I think the Chiefs win 27-10. It's not going to be a good game. Then we have the Eagles and Vikings. The Eagles are on a 2-game losing streak, losing to the Broncos and the Giants. last week. Last week they lost to the Giants and being blown out. And Minnesota, coming off of their bye week, which ended up coming off of a win, they're pretty well rested against the declining Eagles team. But I think the Eagles will bounce back against the pretty average Minnesota team, winning 27-20. Next, the Panthers and Jets. Pretty sure I got the Panthers-Cowboys game last week with the perfect score. But I think the Panthers will destroy the hopeless Jets simply because the Panthers are a way better team. But there's just no positives for the Jets. They had negative 10 passing yards. They got sacked for 55 yards. They threw for 45. That's just terrible. Panthers will win this one 31-7. For the 4 o'clock games, we have the Giants and Broncos. I think the Giants proved a lot of people wrong last week, including me, beating Philly. And the Broncos played really bad against the Jets, or should I say their offense. So it's going to be an interesting game, but I do think Denver is going to win this game 21-17. Now for the actual good games of the week. Next two are going to be incredible games. We have the Colts and Chargers. Chargers coming off barely squeaking by Miami. And Indianapolis, again, beating the Cardinals. It wasn't pretty, but they got the job done and proved they could win in close games down. So that's always good to see. I think Indianapolis will beat the Chargers 33-30. Now for the game of the week, in my opinion, we have the Commanders and Cowboys. Now the Commanders lost to the decent Bears team, it looks like. And the Cowboys have a great offense against the really bad Commanders defense. But the Cowboys have an even worse defense. They have the worst defense in the league, but they have the best offense in the league so far this season. I think Washington will get above 500 with a 44-40 win. It's going to be an absolute shootout. Every game I've said that it hasn't been that big of a shootout. Watch it finish with the score of 6-3. Anyways, we have the Packers and Cardinals. Cardinals looked pretty good last week against Indianapolis with Jacoby Brissett. He looks like a way better fit for that team than Kyler Murray. He can just throw the ball. And Green Bay, after the first 2 weeks, have shown signs of regression, but they still were able to beat Cincinnati. I think they'll beat Arizona 2017. It's going to be a pretty decent game. Then we have the Falcons and Niners on Sunday Night Football. The Falcons shocked a lot of people beating the Bills on Monday Night Football. And the Niners did lose to the Bucks last week, who were the best team in football. So I'm not really concerned for either of those teams, but I think the Falcons will be on a pretty hurt 49ers roster. with the score of 27-20. Now for the Monday night doubleheader. I don't know who decided to do these, but they should get fired. And we have the Bucks and Lions, which is going to be a great game. The Bucks are playing like the best team in football after beating the Niners pretty handily. They did not need to get into a one-score game to win that one. And the Niners and the Lions got beat on Sunday Night Football pretty bad by Kansas City, which I think is a pretty good team, unfortunately. So it's going to be a great game. But I think Tampa is going to improve to 6-1, beating the Lions 31-28. Now for the 10 o'clock game, which I'm not going to be staying up for. I don't know who decided it was a good idea. And it seems like a pretty decent game, too, which makes it 10 times worse. We have the Texans and Seahawks. Now, Seattle beat a pretty good Jacksonville team, in my opinion, last week. Texans coming off of a bye after a pretty rough start, but end up getting 2 wins in a row. Seattle has looked incredible with Sam Darnold, so I expect that to continue against the Texans winning, the Seahawks winning 28-24. The bye week teams for this week are the Bills and Ravens. Hopefully it's another good week of football. See you guys next time. Peace.